Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine. I have an opportunity for you to be part of history, which would be a really cool thing. So I came across this article. Again, it's in the newest version of the Michigan History magazine that I just received the other day. It's put out by the Historical Society of Michigan. It's the July-August issue. And I'm going to read you a couple paragraphs from their magazine here and what they are saying. So, the Library of Michigan wants to save your story. The Historical Society of Michigan, which is also called HSM, is sponsoring an effort of the Library of Michigan to collect your stories of life during the COVID-19 pandemic. The coronavirus has affected everyone in many different ways, and we are all eyewitnesses to the events that have been unfolding in the last few months. This is a time for us to record our daily experiences, thoughts, and feelings in diary form, either in writing or video. The Library of Michigan and HSM envision collecting and preserving stories of our daily lives during the crisis to provide future historians, researchers, and students with information on life in Michigan during the pandemic. And I will share out the resource here, and I will have the link posted here for you to go to. But this is the Library of Michigan that you'll have the link for that you can go to. You can scroll, and of course, what they're looking for, and if you recall your history classes or teachers talking about things, what they're looking for is your experiences. You know, if you go back to the Civil War, you can find lots of stories and letters that people wrote during the Civil Wars. So what were you doing during this time? So the things you can do, and it's kind of a backlog that they would have started it back when this whole thing started, but we're just finding out about it now. What did you do today or this week? How is that different from what you do normally this day or week? Think about your schooling, how you normally went to school and did your work, and now how you're doing it from home. All that kind of stuff can go in here. Changes you have personally experienced, the physical, mental, emotional, since this crisis has begun. What changes have you observed in your family, friends, and local community? Are you a student or teacher? Where and how do you normally attend school? Has this changed? How's that going? Okay. Do you typically work outside the home? That'd be somebody who, such as me, that I normally work outside the home, but now I'm working from home. I can talk about how it's different being within a school and working from home here, and how my kitchen table has been set up as my workspace. Practicing social distancing. What are you doing? How is it affecting your relationships? How do you stay in touch with family and friends? Has the crisis changed any of your plans of day-to-day errands? How are things different? I know my life has been different on how I do things, and I don't just run after work and grab my stuff. Now it's like, okay, I have to plan on even more ahead. What do you think about the actions of our government? I know everybody has a lot of opinions about what our government is doing and their response. Get that out there for the historians to see in the future. What's been the most difficult thing for you personally about this whole crisis? Do you think there's anything positive that may come from what's happening? And I know not only they put this all out prior to the Black Lives Matter and the protest marches that have happened. So I'm thinking they're not saying anything about it in here because, again, this was published prior to that happening. They've already had this in the process of being printed and all that. So for those that participated or have questions or anything, I would say put that in there too, because that's all part of this. How are you feeling with that happening and people going and marching and being in big groups when you've been so alone for so long? And it's all become just one big mesh of things, of emotions for you that you can get out there and get for future people to read, the historians or just people wanting to do some research. So again, I will put this link up here. It's a way for you to share your story of how you feel or things you have done and gone through during this time. There is down here how to submit it. You can go to this, and if you have any questions about it, you can contact them. So again, this link will be there for you. So have a good day, everyone.